Hi, I'm Colin and I'm going to guide you through the software and how to add the PTZ bullet camera to the mobile phone. So we're going to use an app called Cam High. So if you go to your App Store or your Play Store if you're on an Android device, type in C-A-M-H-I, Cam High. Select Cam High, which is this one here, and then install it. Obviously I've already installed it. So when you open the software up, this is the first screen you see. So the first thing we'll do is add a camera. So touch on add a camera and you'll see the three options here: scan QR code, search camera, or wireless installation. I'm not going to do wireless installation in this video because I tried it and it did not work for me, so I'm not even going to bother showing you how that works. So we'll do the other two and then we'll move on from there. So the first one, scan QR code, that opens up the camera on the phone, as you can see here. And you hold it up against the QR code on the camera, it scans it, and when you go back, the UID is completed. Okay, the second option is search camera from LAN. Now this is the best option, I think, because it just works really smooth, really easy. So you connect the camera to the power supply, and you connect the short Ethernet cable that comes with the camera between the camera and your broadband router or any network connection. Once you've done that, select search camera from LAN. The device is there. All you got to do is touch on it and then click done. And there it is added. Now how do we move the camera? Interesting. So what we do is we touch on the screen and slide our finger the direction we want the camera to go. So if we want to move the camera left, we're going to put our finger on the right side of the screen, move it to the left, and it will move a short amount. Likewise, if you want to go up, slide it up and it'll go up. Okay, so now let's, while we're here, let's just go through the app and the various buttons it has. The one on the top right looks like a power button. That takes you off this screen and back to where you were. The top left is a mirror and flip option. So if you've got the camera mounted upside down or the wrong way around, you can flip these, use these buttons to send it any of the four possible ways, like that. You've got a magnifying glass icon next, which brings up the zoom and focus settings, so you can zoom in, touch the zoom in button and the camera zooms in. Now it will auto focus, so you haven't got to worry about the focus one, but you can use the focus to manually adjust if you wish. But when you zoom it in, it will do its hunt for the focus, so you can see it's doing there, and then lock on focus like it has now. Next one along is the preset one. Now this is for, you can set up various positions for the camera to look, because it's a movable camera, you can have it look in different directions. So here you can set up positions, save them and recall them. So if I just touch that number 3 and then to number 1 and call, that should then go to preset 1 if we had one. Let's save that as 1. So if I just go set up, that saves this as number 1. Let me just see if there's anything in number 2. 2 call. There we go. So there is another position set there at number 2, so we just go in there now. And I can go back to number 1, back to where we just were. Let me just try another one. Let's see if anything in 3. And 4. So we've got a few programmed in here. Now, something I have found with this particular app, it might just need an update or firmware update or something, but I found that the zoom settings aren't being saved in the preset. So let me give you an example. I'm going to zoom in. I'll zoom into these photography umbrellas. There we go. Let it focus. Okay, focused. So now if I save that preset, let's set it up as 4. And let's now go to number 1. Now you notice it hasn't zoomed back. The camera's still zoomed in, so the shot that we had before on number 1 isn't the same as we have now. It's much more zoomed in. So that's something I don't think is right at the moment, and it's something that a firmware update or an app update should solve. Okay, so that's that. Now, bottom left, you've got a speaker with a line through it. That means the microphone is muted. If I enable the microphone, you'll notice that the microphone appeared in the bottom right corner. You can with this camera. This is for another model of camera with a two-way audio that we don't sell. Okay, next one along is let's turn the audio off. Next one along is a snapshot button. This will take a snapshot and save it to the pictures part of this app. I'll show you that in a moment. Next one along is a record one. You'll see a record light top right hand corner flashing, and the icon has turned red. That's now recording video to the app itself on the phone itself. And the final one is the button on the bottom right corner that gives you a selection of HD or SD. Now HD is obviously high definition. That is the slightly sharper quality you can see there, and SD is standard definition, slightly softer quality on the image. Now that relates to, if I just come out of this program, if I go into the settings, clicking on the cog on the right hand side to go into settings, that relates to the video settings, first stream and second stream. First stream is the high definition setting, and second stream is the standard definition. So you can see the bit rate is a lot lower on the second stream than it is on the first stream. So that's the difference between those two pictures. Okay, so while we're here in the camera screen, let me go along the icons along the bottom. We've got a camera screen we're in now. Next one along is pictures. So this is where we'd find the snapshot we took earlier. So there's the snapshot, and we can, if we want to, we can export that with the top right hand corner, export it, save it to the gallery, that sort of thing, or send it as an email. Next one along is video. This is where the recordings that are in the camera's SD card are stored. So you can see there, if I just click on that one, I can play or download. So let's play it first of all. That will then play back the file. So that'll probably show a little bit of moving the camera around the last few minutes. There we go. So I'm just scrubbing along the timeline there. And then hit the power button bottom right to come out of it. If I touch it again, we can choose to download. So we click download. It then downloads the 10-minute file to the phone device itself. I'll just let it do that. Once the download is complete, you can click on the continue to download to get another file, or you can click on the to view the file itself. So there it is at the top, and I can play it back there. Now if I want to save that and export it from the phone to somewhere else, I can click on the button on the right here, and that allows me to save the phone to the video file to the gallery of the device, and then I can then email it or AirPlay it or whatever, get it across, Bluetooth it to any other device for editing or sending somebody else. So it just converts the file to an MP4 file. That's it, and once that's done, you'll find it in your photo gallery as a video file, which of course you can share in any way you like. All those ways. Okay, so back to the app. Next button along the bottom is the About button. This just gives you the software version. Now if we just go back to the camera, and we'll go into the cog on the right hand side here, and let's have a look at the settings. So change password is the first one. Here's where you put your old password. The original one is admin, and you put your new password in there and save it and apply it, and that's done there. Next one, an alarm setting. This is the button that enables motion detection. When you switch it on, it shows you an image from the camera, and you can select left region, right region, total area, or you can click on a corner, move it round, resize it as you wish. So it could just be on that part there if you wanted to. The level control is for the sensitivity. I'll leave it about 50, the default. If you're getting a lot of false triggers where there's no motion, you can reduce the sensitivity. If you're missing things where it should be triggered, you can increase the sensitivity and then click apply. Action with alarm is the options, what happens when it receives motion triggers. You can have it send a notification on the app, it'll pop a screen at the front of the app. You can have it record to the SD card. You can have it email photos. You can save snapshots to an FTP server or video to an FTP server. You choose the amount of shots it takes, and then you can make an alarm sound and have different sounds, and even record your own sound using this option. Recording schedule. The top option here is how big each file is before it makes a new file. You saw there I downloaded 10 minutes, so 600 seconds, 10 minutes, that's what that is. You can enable or disable record here. It's asking you which stream you want to record, the high definition one or the standard definition. Assuming high definition is what you need, so that's that one. Recording schedule, you can have it stop recording or record all day. Audio setting, here obviously we've got no speaker on the camera, so this output volume is mute, so that can be on 1. The input volume is how loud the microphone is when you're listening to the camera live. You don't have a line in for this one, so leave it set to mic like that. Video setting we saw earlier, this is the bit rate and the frames per second and the quality from the high definition stream, the first stream, and also the second stream setting. And the frequency for UK is 50 Hz, America 60. Wi-Fi setting, if you've got the camera wired up, like we said before, you'll pick it up on this app, but you want to put it on your Wi-Fi eventually. So go to Wi-Fi setting, select Wi-Fi manager, and you'll get a list of all the Wi-Fi in the area. Select your Wi-Fi, pop your password in, click apply, and that will then save it. So when you then disconnect the Cat5 cable, reboot the camera, and the camera will then be online Wi-Fi. Next setting, SD card setting. This just shows you the information about the card, the total size and the available size, and from here you can format the SD card to delete all the old recordings on there. Time setting, obviously setting the time, you can do it manually, you can sync it with phone time. Email setting, here you put your own email server information. If you don't know what that is, you can just Google the name of your broadband provider and email settings, or SMTP settings, and usually you'll get something come back that tells you. For example, Virgin is smtp.virgin.net. They use port 465 and the encryption type is SSL. Now the username is your email username, password is your email password, send to is who you're going to send the notification to. You can send and receive from the same email account, that's no problem at all, so you can send it to yourself. The sender is the email address of the person who sent it or who to reply to. Subject, you can call it whatever you like, motion detected, warning, alarm, that sort of thing. And the message, you can put some text in there that goes alongside the snapshot you're going to get from the app. FTP, if you've got a file transfer protocol server set up, you'll know this information. Sorry, I can't assist with this at all. You should have your own FTP information, port information, username, password, etc. System setting allows you to reboot the camera or reset the camera back to factory setting. And then finally, device information gives you just the info about the network settings, the current state, that sort of thing. Okay, that completes the run through of this software app. You can also access the camera on a browser. So go to settings, device information. So you'll see IP address is given here, IP address. Pop that into a web browser and you should be able to then access the camera using the web interface, which is very similar to this. You've got a few more settings you can play with. It's very good. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Thank you very much for watching.